We have to protect our democracy. I know it sounds corny to say it. We're all raised in school. Democracy, every generation has to protect it. I have to admit to you, I never thought that it was going to be this straightforward a challenge before. The rule of law matters in democracies, and we're seeing how the battle for the soul of America has been far from won.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, good
Accurate.
morning. This is the Stephanie Miller Show. I'm Jody Hamilton sitting in for Ms. Miller,
Hi,
who
Jody.
is doing well.
Yes.
I texted her over the weekend. She's doing just fine. We saw Stevie earlier.
We heard him getting fed.
He is getting fed, so she's up and about. 323-410-0458. We're going to be playing the hearing as soon as it begins.
Yeah, so in about an hour.
So in about an hour, we'll be going straight to the hearing, which is day 2 of the January 6th hearings. Apparently, Fox News didn't do so well. First off, they didn't have the commercials.
Right.
No.
Secondly, they didn't have the ratings.
No.
They had their normal ratings.
Exactly.
Apparently,
Fox Business got a bump.
Yeah,
Actually, I believe their ratings were down.
they were down.
They
I
were
think.
down
They were
that
down
night because
slightly.
people were tuning in to where they could actually see
Yeah.
the coverage of the January 6th hearing.
Fox Business got a bump, so
People did want to see
Yeah.
it that watched their program, and Devin Nunes got it wrong.
Yes.
Howard Kurtz had to correct Devin Nunes because he said to put this in prime time, the numbers were way down. So I don't understand how these big corporations, I know it was spread across some 20 different networks, when you compare Fox News, which didn't air it live, it just destroyed CNN and MSNBC, right? And Kurtz went, no.
Actually, no.
No.
Computer says no.
Computer says no.
The networks like MSNBC did very well covering the hearing, Kurtz noted
Yep.
to Devin's face. Obviously, it would appeal to the liberal viewers of that
Thanks,
network.
Devin.
Amongst cable networks, by the way, MSNBC did lead the pack with 4.2 million total viewers, followed by CNN at 2.6 million. Fox, which didn't cover the hearings, averaged its usual 3 million.
Yeah.
So it didn't gain any
Right.
viewers. It didn't necessarily lose too many, but it certainly, and you said Fox Business
Got a bump.
got a
got a
nice
bump.
bump.
Yeah,
Good
bump in the
for
ratings.
Fox Business for actually
Yeah.
doing something. And then Truth Central
Yes.
is now suspending people's accounts that were posting about the January 6th hearing, which I find amusing since the word truth is in its title.
Well,
Right.
It's supposed to be a free speech home.
Yeah, haven for
On the
free
internet.
speech. But their terms of service are similar to Twitter's in the sense that they can just cut you off whenever they want.
And they will.
And they will if you
post
dare.
the truth.
If you dare post the truth about what happened on January 6th, 2021.
I mean, heaven forbid Trump sees something that blows a hole in his fantasy world that he's created for himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, to say the least. I mean, it's just, the hearing on Thursday, I think, was really good.
Yeah.
And you know, listening to everybody over the weekend talking about it, and that 20 million people did watch it, at least through Nielsen ratings. We have that over all of those networks.
Yeah.
So that's, I feel better that many people, plus streaming, as you said, doesn't get counted with Nielsen ratings.
Correct. Yeah. And then all the people who just get exposed to it online through their Twitter feed or their Facebook.
Right, or just the evening news.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that people are paying attention because it is important. And I watched a little bit of some Watergate stuff last night, because it's the 50th anniversary of the break-in.
About that, yeah.
And it's very interesting, the parallels with gas lines in 1973 and gas prices now. It's like the things that people were concerned about in 1973 financially are very similar to now.
Yeah.
And it's the hearing should not matter to the Democrats for the midterms. This isn't about the Democrats winning
Correct.
or holding on to the House and Senate. It's about us figuring this out. And
To make sure it doesn't happen again.
Exactly.
'Cause there are holes in the system. We're seeing that.
There are, absolutely. And this is interesting news from Adam Schiff. He's concerned he doesn't see the Justice Department investigating. But then we have our Glenn Kushner, who made me famous.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Thank you, Glenn.
And we've linked to it at StephanieMiller.com.
I know. It was funny. I saw that. I was like, hey, Mom, look. It's always Glenn Kushner that does it.
Yep.
we'll take any publicity we can get.
Yeah.
I'll take it. But Members of the House, as far as I'm concerned, are uncovering evidence to consider criminal indictments against Donald. And Barb McQuaid was talking about that. She was talking about there could be civil unrest. Well, I think there could be if there isn't.
Yeah.
They need to at least investigate, which is what Schiff is saying.
Right.
They have to do that because Cheney, as far as I'm concerned, pointed out she was talking statutes and everything about it. She's Thank you, Velociraptor that she is. It's. I think they are investigating. I'm gonna be on Glenn's side on that.
I believe they are too.
And I think Schiff might be just trying to undersell it, maybe, because I would imagine he knows more than we do, but maybe not. I mean, the Justice Department under Garland is very good at keeping things tight.
I think there are things that the DOJ knows that January 6th committee doesn't know, and vice versa. And I think that the two are going to feed into each other over the course of these hearings.
And on Sunday, committee members reiterated that they will present evidence that multiple GOP lawmakers, including Scott Perry, sought pardons. So I assume they've got the names and the receipts for these people.
Oh,
Jared Kushner probably threw them all under the bus, is what I'm thinking.
I don't trust Kushner either, though, on this one. But Kinzinger also said that they would not have made that statement. They did not have.
Right. He said, we're not going to make accusations or say things without proof or evidence backing it. So I can't wait for that. But Kushner might have done it on his interview. And when they talked to him, he might have said, yes, this person, that person, this person. What does he care?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does he care?
I don't know. I don't know if you saw on MSNBC on Friday afternoon, Frank Figluzzi was on with Nicole Walls talking about the Jared Kushner tape that we saw on Thursday night, and he was like, "Nothing makes me angrier than seeing some little thinks he knows it all, sitting there laying back in his chair, suit undone, so casually. He's like, all that. Like, he was so angry at Jared's behavior and just his attitude during the deposition. I really want to know, because we saw something on Friday. I believe CBS News had a story that Jared Kushner was one of the first people to get on board with this. With Steele.
Yeah,
and kind of like sicked Rudy on the whole thing.
Yeah, it's here it is. He was directly involved in the plot initially.
Yeah.
But he bailed early to save his own skin, which sounds a lot like him.
That sounds very Jared.
According to four people familiar with the matter, in the week following the election in November of 2020, Jared took charge in overseeing the development of the plans to keep Donald in office. He repeatedly met with Donald and other high-ranking aides to the then president to discuss and map out possible strategies. It was a scorched earth messaging war, according to Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Jared told Donald that there could still be a path. Two sources say that he also personally encouraged Donald to fight on. He was directly involved, one of the sources say. It seemed like he was positioning himself to be the Jim Baker of this fight, which didn't last long. He helped create what morphed into the Rudy Clown Show. Yeah. Thank you so much for that.
Great.
We really appreciate you getting him on us.
Actually, we kind of do, because that's how Rudy lost his law license.
True. I mean,
so he did us a favor.
A little bit. Jason Miller told the Daily Beast that Jared has been more hardcore in fighting back on this than anybody. The four sources agreed that by the second or third week of the crusade, Jared's involvement had mostly, if not wholly, evaporated. He knew it was time to get out and make $2 billion that he is now under investigation for.
Yes.
Which he should be, because he is a scumbag. Did I say that out loud? Was that my outside voice?
No, but it was accurate.
People are listening?
Yes.
Just a few.
It's not just us.
Yeah.
It's not
just a few
the
people.
Two of us. Jamie Raskin, we'll play the Matt Gaetz horrificness. Jamie Raskin said he doesn't intend to browbeat Merrick Garland, but he noted the committee has already laid out in legal pleadings criminal statutes that they believe Donald violated. I think he knows, his staff knows, the U.S. attorneys know what's at stake here. They know the importance of it, but he thinks they are rightfully paying close attention to precedent in history as well as the facts of the case. I agree with that. But we can't... Nixon got away with it, and this led to Donald Trump, I think.
Yeah.
Watching Watergate, because the 50th anniversary of the break-in is this month, I think. And so there's a lot of stuff right now, and Gaslit just ended yesterday. It was so good. The guy that plays Liddy is fantastic.
Yes.
So I mean, this is watching that and just kind of because I was little at the time. I was just a wee little 5-year-old. But Nixon did get away with it, and on Barb McQuaid and Jill Weinbanks' hashtag Sisters-in-Law podcast, they were banting about should criminal charges be brought, and the importance of that not happening just means then people are above the law.
Right.
And proving it in the court of law is different than I really do feel, as much as Adam Schiff doesn't think it's happening, and I respect him like crazy, I do think they're investigating it. It would be remiss of them not to be.
I 100% believe that they are.
You know, and Garland is very good at being quiet about things. And I like that about him.
Yes.
And he's conservative, so the fact that he has brought up seditious conspiracy charges for such a conservative DOJ,
that's a big charge.
It's a huge charge. It's almost impossible to prove. So I think that because he's doing that, he's looking into what Donald knew and when he knew it. Yeah. And it looks like the committee has set the stage for Donald's defense not to work, going, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a big part of what we're going to be hearing today.
I think so, too.
Because we've got one of his former campaign managers, Bill Stepien. We've got the Fox News executive who called Arizona for Trump. I can't recall his name off the top
Steyerwalt.
Steyerwalt. Chris Steyerwalt.
Yeah.
Chris Steyerwalt.
Got him. And then I believe BJ Pak from Atlanta, who was the Department of Justice official that Trump got fired or got removed.
Right.
Because he would not investigate the fraud down there that Trump was alleging.
And Donald called him a never Trumper.
Yes.
So I am looking forward to the receipts and the names, and I really hope it's Kushner saying them. I really do, because that's just the little Truth Social people are gonna be very upset with
Yes, they are.
How are they gonna rationalize this one when Jared threw them under the bus?
And that's the thing is all the Republicans that they've shown so far. It's not people that weren't in support of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Saying this stuff. These are people that were in support of him, that worked with him, worked for him. You know, he hired the best people, Chris.
Of course.
You know, only the best people.
Yeah, and then he badmouths them when he fires them. It's like, dude, stop it.
Oh, and share one Twitter.
You only hire people who are loyal to you.
Exactly. And share one Twitter with regard to Ivanka. Did you see that?
Oh, I did. I retweeted it. I need to see Cher in Halloween, or Cher or Chad Michaels, who does an amazing Cher. If you're not familiar with who Chad Michaels is, he's done Cher for Cher.
She said it's like a bad version of me in a bad Mackie dress.
Yeah.
She's like, it's just bad.
Yeah.
And then she had a puke emoji.
Well, and there was that one picture was going around
The
with the
chandelier right perfectly positioned above her head, like a really bad headdress.
Yep.
Something Cher would wear in concert. Let's be honest.
She would. But it would have been much prettier.
Yes.
Because Mr. Mackey knows what he's doing.
True.
And then Kimberly Johnson had a good tweet. She had a picture of the new sex dolls that are available next to Ivanka and said that the sex doll looked happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody tweeted out the pictures of Jared and Ivanka from their testimony, and I tweeted out the movie posters for the movie The Boy and Mannequin, and said the Trump cinematic universe sucks.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It certainly does. Oh my goodness, it's 20 minutes after already.